Alright, what's up guys, we're going to drive the Civic for the first time. Doesn't have a tune, but we're just going to drive it around the block really quick. I was going to do a POV with the GoPro, but GoPro is dead. I charged it, don't know why it's dead, but I'm going to have my dad film from the passenger seat. you saw, it was actually kind of hitting fuel cut, but that's of course because we don't have we still have the stock fuel pump in there, and we still haven't even changed out the spark plugs. We just went for a quick ride around the block. Probably won't hurt anything. Probably not the best idea, but it was pretty fun. Sounded nice. You can hear it spool, and I'll show you in a second exactly why you hear it spooling now. And in part 3, you didn't hear it spool at all, but it left some exhaust dust on the bumper here. And another thing, we made our own little plate here to go around the wastegate dump tube. It looks pretty nice. I mean, this is homemade, so circle isn't perfect or anything, but it fucking works. We're gonna do the same thing to the downpipe once we get it lined up, because we still actually have to cut a little bit of the bumper right here because it's kind of melting the bumper a little bit. So what we did was we hooked up some lines going from the bottom of the wastegate, and there's one here at the top of the wastegate, and it all feeds to this right here, and we're going to eventually feed in the boost gauge to it, and you can see it goes down to the turbo there. But before we hooked those up, it wasn't spooling at all, even when we brought it up to about 3,000 RPM. But now it spools pretty nice, and it sounds amazing. I'm honestly loving it. And you can tell the headers here, they're changing a little color. Still got a little bit of color to change too, but yeah, it's coming along. Before the month is over, we're gonna have the Han data and everything for it, and hopefully she'll be on the dyno. I know for a fact it's getting dyno tuned, most likely at Paradise Racing, the same place that welded the manifold for me. And to tell you guys about the Han data that's going in it, that's the tuning program that I'm using. It's called Han data S300. Very popular. Most likely people that are watching this already know what it is. But what we're going to do is we're going to get it in the car and hook it up where the original ECU is, which is down there. And when we hook it in, we're going to hook up my laptop and put on a bass tune. Once that bass tune's on there, we're going to drive it to Paradise Racing so they can put an actual tune on it. So when that time comes, we'll hopefully have multiple camera views, and hopefully Matt will be there to see it. So we still have to put the Walbro 255 fuel pump in there and change out the spark plugs. And we're actually getting a head studs for it too, because I figured out if you want to run over 10 pounds of boost, then you're going to need head studs. It's always nice to have head studs anyway, so we're going to get those. We need a new head gasket because you can see all the oil all over the fucking motor because the shit's leaking. And you can see there, B18, B1. But yeah, but until then, this is how she runs. You guys finally got to see the first drive. It was hitting fuel cut around 3,800 RPM, but other than that, she rides fine, and everything's all good. So that was the update on the Turbo Civic, and I'll see you guys in the next video.